The Tippecanoe School Corporation has announced renovations and expansions at their two high school properties, at McCutcheon High School on the south side and at Harrison High School on the north side. They are going to put out bids for these projects later this spring. They're going to total about $25 million of work. And we're going to go into detail here and talk a little bit about what some of this work is. But before we really dig into that, I also just wanted to kind of make the comment that I hear, you hear me talk a lot about development in the area, new employers coming to the area, and maybe more importantly, at least for me maybe, new housing, new neighborhoods, new developers coming to the area. And a lot of times we hear pushback, I hear pushback, or maybe it's just I notice the pushback on how is the community going to absorb this, oftentimes with a focus on the schools. And I will tell you that I have always heard the Tippecanoe School Corporation and their superintendent, Scott Handback, say, we have the capacity. We're prepared for the future. These developers that are coming, they talk to us. We know what's going on, and they're ready for this. And sometimes we have the capacity means that there's already capacity in place. The buildings are ready to receive students. But sometimes it means, hey, we've got some infrastructure in place that needs to be built out and developed. Sometimes it means we've got some plans and now we're going to go execute these plans. And this is a case of, I think, a little bit of both of those second two. There's some space that needs to be built out, and then there's some big scale plans that are on the drawing board that will now be executed to make way for this new development that's coming to the area so that we can support the development that's coming and all the houses that are coming. So here are the renovations that are going on. So first off, we're going to start with the bigger of the two, I think, down at McCutcheon High School. They're going to build a new athletics facility off of the campus, just to the southwest of the campus, that is going to move tennis courts and concession stands to make room for new buildings. And then in a second phase, might have more baseball fields, soccer field, and athletic locker rooms. That's the word I'm looking for. So just to show you what it is that we're talking about here, here's McCutcheon High School, and the open land for this new facility is down here to the southwest of the school. Thank you for your patience. I know that map was not super important, but that screen's going to become super important relatively soon. So they're going to do that because that's going to open up some space on the campus. And then they're also going to renovate and rearrange some classrooms inside, some technical education, family consumer sciences, special ed, some career sciences. And then, like I said, moving these athletic facilities is a step one into opening up some land. So they're gonna open up the land and renovate and rework some space that is currently in the building, and then with a look towards the future, and they haven't said the whens or the how muches or the whys or the whys, the district's expanding, the wheres or the hows, about how things are going to build up there, but that will make room for them. And there's a little bit of a precedent for this, maybe not in the relocation of facilities, but in the expansion of the building based on what they have done with Harrison in the past. And then up on the north side at Harrison, they're going to work on the school cafeteria. They're going to renovate the kitchen and the serving area. And the hope is that they'll be able to go down from 5 lunches down to 4. So hopefully that continues to improve the situation at the schools. I went to a high school that had 5, 6 lunches. And I tell you what, the people that had lunch early in the day, it was absolutely crazy. But long story short, down at McCutcheon High School, the school corporation, the Tippecanoe School Corporation, is going to move some athletics facilities off the campus to some land to the southwest of the school, and then renovate some spaces that currently exist in the school. And then at Harrison High School, they are going to work on the kitchen and serving areas, as well as some work on the Harrison football stadium. But as they continue to expand, the superintendent, Scott Handback, has said that they've got this land at McCutcheon that they're going to move some more facilities over to over time to free up more space on the campus, and that they already own some land, 99 acres, on the Harrison campus that extend from the south of Harrison and then down and over to County Road 500 North, where they'll start moving some of the athletic facilities down there. And he is on the record as saying that they will expand as the need arises, especially on the north side with Harrison High School, as SK Hynix comes to town, and we see how many of these as these 1,000 jobs start phasing in, how many of those people that take those jobs have families that have school-age kids that need space, and then the development that's going to come along with that, because SK Hynix in many ways it's certainly not the first piece of the puzzle to fall, but it is a pretty big piece of the puzzle to fall, where we're going to see more and more development coming along with that. And not that I want to turn every story into an SK Hynix story, but indeed that is the way it is. So stay tuned for more. Hit the subscribe button. Do all of the things.